Hey guys, it's Casey. Today I am working on a frog and a lizard mold. I'm going to be working with my two-part Bond Crafter epoxy and a couple alcohol inks and greens. Uh, I said I was going to put the lime green in the frog and the dark green in the lizard, but I ended up changing my mind on that. But I'm going to go ahead and mix the ink into the resin. Very simple, just put you a few drops of ink in your resin and mix it up. No big deal. Real easy to do. And then I'm going to take and mix up my lime green. I wasn't loving this color of green, so I ended up adding a drop of the darker green to it. But it came out to be a very pretty green. I'm going to put it in my debubbler, and then I poured it in. I poured the dark green into the frog, and now I'm going to put in my inlay. This is just like a geocluster inlay. It's really pretty, and I thought that would be really cool inside the frog. And I'm just going to fill up my lizard, and I've got a lot of resin left over. So after I get these filled up, I have a cross mold I'm going to pull out, and I thought I don't want to do it in lime green or dark green. I'm going to try to change this color. So after I got those poured, I put it to the side, and then I grabbed my Emerald from Mayspring. I love this color. It is such a beautiful color, but I didn't realize that my cross was matte. I don't like matte molds at all, guys, at all. It's just they hide the color and the beauty of the resin. It just makes it dingy to me. But I mixed in my Emerald, and once I get that all mixed together, I'm just going to pour this off into my cross mold. I'm not going to do anything special to the cross. I just wanted to see what it looked like. I hadn't poured it before. I've had it for a long time, and it's got my daughter's middle name on it, Faith. Now I'm going to have a little bit of extra left over, but not too much. So I've pulled out my little geo clusters, and I'm going to pour them real quick with the rest of my resin. They're small. I'm just scraping the cup and getting what's left out. I don't like to waste the resin, so if I could make a little bitty extra to go with anything, I'm doing it, you know. So I really overshot how much resin I needed today. So I ended up with a few extras, but that's okay. I love extras, and everybody else does too. You always get a surprise at the end, you know. Okay, so after I get these poured, we're going to go on and let it cure overnight. And then we're back. We're going to demold some of these. My lizard wasn't quite ready. The feet were still very soft. But I'm going to go ahead and pop out the geo clusters. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Really neat looking. I think they'd be awesome and clear. But, you know, didn't have no clear. Okay, so I've popped out the other geode. Really pretty. I was getting some overpour off of it. And they can be poured two different ways, with a back and without a back. I didn't know which way it was supposed to be poured, so I did without a back on those. And here's the Faith one. I've got it upside down. There we go. Turn it around. Isn't that pretty? It's like a cross that turns into Faith. Love that. I just wish it wasn't matte. I wish it was glossy. I wish the whole thing was glossy. I think it would have looked so much better, because it really does dull off that color. That color is so pretty. And it stands up. Isn't that great? Love it. Okay, so I'm going to move on and take out the inlay that I put in the frog and set it to the side. Look at this. Look at all the little diamondy clusters inside the frog now. Isn't that beautiful? I already know what I want to do with it. So we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to pull out my polyurethane casting resin that's clear. It is called Color Pro for specialty resin. I do have a discount for this in the description box, guys. It's great stuff. One of the only clear uh, polyurethane resins you can buy, and you can tint it any color you want, and it cures in 15 minutes. Very awesome stuff. Love it. And I'm just going to put one part of it's a 2-part mix, so I'm going to put one part into the cup, and then I've got this beautiful rosy gold colored glitter, and it looks more dark gold on the camera, but it is a rose gold. It's more of a pink gold. And I'm going to mix it in with the part A, and then I'm going to pour part B into the cup and mix it in as well. I always mix everything in part A first and just swirl it around, get it mixed in, because you only have 30 seconds to mix the 2 parts together before it starts getting warm on you. And you want to mix it as long as you possibly can to make sure it's fully incorporated. But the moment you start feeling it get warm in your hand, that's when it's time to pour. So I mix this for at least 30 seconds or until I feel it getting warm. Once I feel it getting warm, that's when I pour it. Make sure you scrape the sides of your cup. Make sure you scrape your stick as you're stirring. You know, you want to get everything incorporated the best you can. It is water thin, though. It's real easy to mix. Very easy to mix. But once you get it all poured, I'm going to pour it into my frog. I'm going to pour it into where the inlay was. That's the only part I want this glitter in. So I'm going to fill that up and let that cure for 15 minutes. As you can see, I've mixed, this is real time, maybe 30 seconds. And then I'll just pour it on in. Very simple to do, and it fills up this little cavity. And I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest off into these little molds for the clusters, geode clusters, and I'm going to fill them all the way up to see what it looks like with the backs this time. Okay, and I still have just a few drops left, so I'm going to try to pour it off into the frog and just put the rest in there. Now that we've got that done, we waited 15 minutes, and we're going to pour it back. I'm going to use the polyurethane casting resin again, and I'm going to use this, it's called champagne gold, but it really looks like a deep bronzy gold to me. And I'm going to mix this in, and then I'm going to pour it on the back of my frog for the feet and everything. And like I said, it only takes 15 minutes to cure up. Pouring off into extra molds as I go, so I don't waste any resin. And I'm going to have a ton to demold for you guys here in just a minute. I also poured a layer into that cross again, and I set it to the side because it ain't full. But I'm going to use those for bookends. And the frog isn't quite ready, so I'm going to pop these out of the molds for the geodes. See how it looks with the back compared to the way it looked without a back? I think I like it better without the back. What do you guys think? With or without the back? And I've done the little geode cluster. I think that one's really cute. And this one too, I think it's really awesome. Love those. But I like the ones without the back best. And it's time to demold my frog. You can see it was only a few seconds that I waited to demold those, and it was ready. And look at this. Isn't he cool? Super cool. I'll show you a better close-up here in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and get this one, the lizard, out of the mold. He's finally ready. He's just green. But look, how cute is that? He's adorable. Love him. Absolutely love him. And this one, look at this now up close. Isn't that gorgeous? That cluster of glitter in the center. That is just amazing. I love it. I wonder how it would have looked if I'd done it in clear. Anyways, you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. And thank you for joining me for Froggy Friday.